Jersey. From politics to entertainment, from social issues to lifestyles, from newsmakers to pop culture. If it's Jersey, it's on Jersey Central with Bert Barron, 732-545-9282. Or toll free at 888-545-9282.
737 back on Jersey Central on the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC, the voice of Central Jersey. First chance to win tickets to see the show Sanctuary in New York City coming up a little bit later on in this half hour. Joining me now on the Raritan Bay Medical Center Jersey Newsmaker Hotline every Tuesday morning at this time, we have the privilege of speaking with Barry Blank, who is the president and the owner of National Estate Jewelers in East Brunswick, and he joins us for another edition of What's It Worth here on Jersey Central. Barry, good morning. It's Bert Barron. How you doing today?
Good morning. How are you doing today? Almost another year.
Yeah, here we go, right? Good. Yeah, good to have you back with us this morning. You know, a lot of people may be doing the engagement thing over the holidays, Barry. It's very romantic. I was just remembering this morning that in 2016, 20 years of marriage for me coming up.
Wow.
Easily the most challenging 20 years of my wife's life. So, but for those who are making the engagement, what do you look for when it comes to getting a diamond for an engagement? Where should somebody start?
Well, you start by, if you want to make it a surprise, it's a little more difficult. But it's kind of a decision where you kind of look a little bit. You go into stores and you look online and you find out what your partner wants by hook or by somehow. But the most important thing is getting the size and the shape of the diamond right. You got to know, does she want a round, a heart shape, an oval, whatever it is. The most popular shape is a round diamond. It's also the one you can usually get a very good deal on if you shop hard.
Okay. Is this one of these things, and it seems like there's a trend that's headed in this direction, Barry, where it becomes kind of a family decision where the whole family kind of goes out together and looks at different settings and different rings. Have you seen that trend kind of escalate in recent years?
I've definitely seen that, and I've got to take. Hold on. I've definitely seen that, and let me just turn this thing off because my phone just started to ring.
You're in demand. That's why.
Yeah, well, people come in all the time, and they sometimes they know, sometimes they don't know, and sometimes they want to make a surprise. But I've seen a lot of people who come in and they come in with their partner, and they say, "This is what we're looking for," and that makes my life much easier because I know they want a 1 carat, and they want a GH color, and they want a specific clarity. And they know their budget. Those are the people who are very easy to work with. Then there are the people that come and say, I don't know what shape I want. It's like saying, well, what kind of car do you want? Do you want a Cadillac or do you want a Mercedes or a Chevy? And I can't just keep shooting in the dark. It's like it's guessing game. So it's always easiest to work with people who have a good idea of what they want.
Gotcha. I'm glad you mentioned about the Cadillac and the Mercedes. There used to be a rule of thumb as to how much you should spend when it came to getting an engagement ring. Does that still exist today, Barry?
Well, they say a month's salary or a half a month's salary. My bottom line is you should never stretch your budget. If you have the money, buy what you can afford. You can always buy something bigger or different in the future. But the rule of thumb, I don't go by rules of thumb. I go by what I'm comfortable spending when I buy anything, and that's what I recommend to my clients.
Good for you. Now, the seller, I'm glad you went in that direction too, because the seller plays a role in this. How do you know that there's a level of trust between the person who is selling the diamond and the actual customer? Talk about that important trust that you have to have.
Generally speaking, go by word of mouth. That's the first way. Ask a friend who recently got engaged or a family member who work with somebody. Over 90% of the people that we sell engagement rings to and wedding rings have been in our store before. So you really got to go there. You also always check the Better Business Bureau. You can check online feedback. You can check a lot of places, but they have to have a reputation, and you have to feel comfortable when you walk into their location.
Okay. Barry Blank is with us. This is What's It Worth on Jersey Central. We talk to Barry Blank every Tuesday morning about the world of precious metals and diamonds and collectibles, and we're going to continue this into 2016. So we got a bunch more things that we're going to cover in the weeks and months ahead. A certified diamond. I've heard that term before, Barry, when you talk about certified diamonds. Should this diamond be certified, and is there a particular organization that does the certification of the diamonds, and just how important is that?
Well, certifications are important because when you get a certification on a diamond, specifically by GIA, they do not buy nor sell or put of actual values on your diamond. They just give it a color grade and a clarity grade, which means color is how close to colorless it is, and clarity is how close to flawless it is at 10 power magnification. And GIA is the most stringent laboratory that the entire industry leans on and regards their certificates the most highly. So, but EGL, European Gem Lab, are good certificates. And there's AGS, which is a great certificate. If you're going to go with a lab, always suggest or request GIA because they are, again, more stringent and more carefully graded. But it's the place you're dealing with that you're going to really lean on the most and really hope and that they give you the right deal.
Now, the A, I believe, in GIA stands for America, so this is at least a U.S.-based outfit. Who makes up the panel of the GIA? Who are these people?
Well, the Gemological Institute of America is based in New York City. They also have offices throughout the world. They are gemologists, and I actually went to school at GIA in 1978 and 1979. And
they let 4-year-olds in? How is that possible?
Yes, and I'm 60 and my daughter is 30, so 4-year-old. Yeah, I like that. I like that though, but I do have a little too much gray hair to be what now? At any rate, but GIA is a very, very closely watched organization, and their certificates are just unmatched.
Now, let me put you on the spot here, and hopefully you never had the uncomfortable situation of a young woman walking into your store and say, "Hey, my fiance just gave me this engagement ring. Can you take a look at it and see what it's worth?" Have you ever been in that situation, and what would you do?
First of all, we can't just look at a diamond, and when in that situation, we can look at it, but there would be a fee for our professional service.
Sure, of course.
Okay, so and the reason is because if I make an evaluation as an appraiser without making a note and charging a fee, like a lawyer, you can't just walk into a lawyer and say, "Can you give me some advice?" And sometimes you can, but maybe that's a bad analogy. But most of the time, they want quite a fee. So it protects us and it protects the client, but it does happen. I've had people come in years later after they got divorced with a diamond that isn't a diamond.
Oh, no wonder why.
Yeah, or a diamond that doesn't match up. So you really got to, trust the people you're working with.
Yeah, sounds like it. Also, of course, continuing today, the free verbal evaluation days are happening. That continues each Tuesday at National Estate Jewelers. So stop by. They'll give you a free verbal evaluation if you bring something by the store. And also, you're doing the free movie tickets continues over there, Barry?
We are. We're continuing that at least until New Year's, and we might extend it till January. I'll tell you next Tuesday.
Okay.
And it's a free pair of AMC movie tickets for any sale to us or purchase from us for $250 or more.
Hey, it's beautiful. You could use the tickets maybe to see the new Star Wars movie or something, right?
Yeah. What did it gross? $1 billion already?
In 12 days, $1 billion in 12 days, right?
Gee, pocket change.
We got in the wrong business, I think, but we should have got in the movie business. But Barry Blank, thank you for really an amazing 2015. For everything you do with WCTC is, of course, greatly appreciated. And the feedback that I get on our features is so positive, and people learn a lot of cool, interesting things from you every week. So thank you for your contributions, and I'm looking forward to even greater things in 2016.
Thank you, too. And I thank you for all your feedback also, because I've had some great clients walk through my door.
Great stuff. And before we let you go, the crystal, the piece that drops in Times Square every year, what do you know about that? Is it special crystal? Does that have a value?
I haven't paid attention
this
year, but it used to be Swarovski crystal.
Okay.
And some of the finest in the world, hand polished, and I don't know. It's beautiful, beautiful crystal, and everybody can't wait for it to just start its descent, and then we feel rushed. The year, it's going to go by so fast.
Exactly. Well, thank you again, Barry, and we're looking forward to 2016, and have a terrific day, and Happy New Year to you and your family and everybody at National Estate, all right?
You too. Thank you.
All right. Barry Blank, my guest, another edition of What's